What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl gospel. Let's get into this commentary. Hey, homies. So today I want to talk to you about the guy that was going around killing the homeless people in New York and in Washington, D.C. Well, they caught him. Okay, they caught him. So we're going to go ahead and get into this article. I'm so glad they caught him. So glad. A suspect in the killing and shooting of homeless people in New York and Washington, D.C. was arrested early Tuesday in the capital, and the police did announce that. Arrested early this a.m., law enforcement arrested the suspect in Washington, D.C. The D.C. Police Department announced it at 5:40 a.m. He is currently being interviewed at our homicide branch. Additional information will be forthcoming. Thanks to the community for all your tips. The arrest came just hours after the force released clear footage and facial videos of the prime suspect, who has been tied to 2 murders and 3 attempted homicides targeting homeless men in both cities. The same man was linked to both cities after a chilling video footage caught the cold-blooded slaying of one of 2 homeless people shot in Soho on Saturday. Now, a Metropolitan Police Department homicide captain who used to live in the Big Apple saw surveillance photos and realized they looked like the man his department was also chasing. Now, I do want to say, before he was caught, there was a reward for $55,000, which I heard went up to $70,000. $55,000 for his arrest and conviction. Anybody that was tipping them off and they got the guy and it led to their arrest and conviction will be rewarded the money. But they got him, so I don't know if anybody was rewarded or not. Police believe the same handgun was used in all the shootings, with ballistics linking at least one shooting in each city. The bust also came a day after Mayor Eric Adams and Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser joined police officials in vowing to make the bust. We're looking at a person who's clearly depraved and targeting people who are vulnerable, Bowser has said. The first link attack was on March 3rd in D.C., which was followed by 2 more shootings there, including the first fatality, who was found dead in a burning tent in the early hours of March 9th. He was initially thought to have suffered fatal burns, but a subsequent autopsy revealed that the man had died of multiple stab and gunshot wounds. By Saturday, the suspect was in the Big Apple, where a security camera in Soho caught the chilling images of someone shooting a homeless man on King Street around 4:30 a.m., wounding the victim. The victim screamed and the gunman fled. An hour later, cameras on Lafayette Street captured him kicking a homeless man wrapped in a sleeping bag before drawing his gun and firing. An execution at point blank range. This guy he is deranged. Something is really, he's gone. For him to go around attacking and, targeting these homeless people, something is really going on with him. He is absolutely a nutcase, and I'm glad they got him and he's off the streets. He's the most dangerous one. He's dangerous than those homeless people. The homeless people are just in their tents, sleeping or laying around or whatever the case may be. He's going up to them, targeting them. And for what? For what? My goodness. He looked around, he made sure no one was there, and he intentionally took the life of an innocent person. D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti III said Monday that a ton of videos and camera footage had helped point the same man. Turn yourself in, we're coming for you. That's the bottom line, he said. Our reach is far and wide, and we're coming for you. The arrest carried $70,000 in rewards, $25,000 apiece from each city, and another $20,000 from the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It was not immediately clear if that was being claimed, but DC police had thanked the community for all of their tips. I'm so glad he's off the street. He's going around. He's went from Washington, D.C. to New York, killing people. You're going to set somebody's tent on fire, okay? They thought he died of the burns, but no, he was shot and stabbed. Then he wounded another homeless guy, and the guy screamed, so the gunman, fled. Then you're going to kick and see the homeless man sleeping. You're going to kick him. It's all on camera. Okay? Then you're gonna look around because you know you're doing wrong and pull out your gun and shoot this guy. Like, what have these people done to him? He don't even know these guys that's sleeping and laying on the street. And yet they can't even sleep and lay on the street in peace because you don't know what somebody's situation is, and he's going around being the homeless killer. For what? I just don't get it. Like, what's on his mind? What's going on in his brain? Maybe he need to be locked away, not only in jail, but in one of those asylums for crazy people. Maybe he need to go in one of those as well, because you out here stalking homeless people who are vulnerable and they can't, do anything to protect themselves. And you out here stabbing them and shooting them and burning them. Like, come on. That's crazy to me. That's some weird stuff. That is some weird and crazy stuff. But you know what? I'm glad they got him. I'm glad they got him. I'm glad. So anyway, it's just sickening. People out here are just sickening, and it's really disgusting. It's like, oh my God, just horrible. Just horrible. All right, guys. So on this is all I have. If I find out any more about this case, like, where they're going to put him, what they're going to charge him with, I will give you updates as soon as I get updates, okay? If you know any updates before me, hey, share it with me. I don't mind. Okay, let's talk about it. But this is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm glad they caught him. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later.